I was about to create a script for this video, but I decided that I didn't want to create a script for multiple people. I wanted to speak to you individually. I want to target a certain person who has gone through similar things I have and help them as much as I possibly can. That is what this video is. When I first started trading, I came across a Forex trader. I'm not going to name names. He wasn't bad at all. He was actually good. But I think that led me down a wrong path, and I realised very quickly I was on a wrong path. And I think a lot of people will go through that as similar switch of paths through trading, but I think it's important that you don't. And if I could talk to myself when I was just starting out, I would probably say just to stick with it and lock in and really just pay attention to what you're learning and apply it properly. But then applying properly when you first start is quite hard because of the emotional setbacks, right? I want to just go over a couple of things as well to say that you literally don't need to take a trade every single day. I used to force them, and you can see in my journal when I used to force them, and I would have a much worse win rate than I do now. My win rate now is about 70%, and I only took 6 trades last month, picking the A+ setups instead of the ones you feel are going to work, or the ones you feel like you need to take to get that money back, or to focus on the money. Those are the ones that are going to trip you up. And I found that throughout my trading. I think as well, people obviously know this quote, which is comparison is the thief of joy. I think it's very corny now because of how much it's been used. But what I will say is that this can relate straight into your trading. So, for example, you could have a good day, you could stick to your rules, you go on social media and you see the next guy who's just made 4k more than you have, or he held the trade longer, and then you get annoyed. But that actually sends a signal to your brain that you may have done something wrong with that day, when actually you didn't. And that can be heavily damaging, given the fact you did do something right, but comparison is degrading that day, the way you acted. It's very, very important to understand that you're on your own journey, and that comparing yourself to other people is really damaging to your psychology. If I could say something to my just starting trading self, I would definitely say to take it easy and do not compare yourself to a lot of people, because you're on different journeys. And I know it's easy for me to say that. You're on a different journey when I've done what I've done. But the pressure that it puts you under from comparing yourself to other people and trying to keep up actually degrades your trading more than it helps it. If you're in a business where the more work you put in, the more work you get out, then that will be good and you will succeed. But trading is not that. And you find that out very fast when you first start trading. So trading is tricky because it's not how much work you put in and the work you get out. I'm a very work-driven person, so I will work hard and expect more results from the work I put in. But actually, it's the opposite of trading, because you have to be patient and you have to wait. And understanding that sitting and doing nothing is actually you working when you're trading was a very hard concept for me to grasp. But it's very important that you understand that concept. And a lot of people will say on social media especially that, if you're trading, you need to take your mind off it. You need to only do one bit of trading a day and don't focus on it outside of trading hours. Well, I personally think that's very wrong, and that can be damaging to people as well, given the fact that you need to work outside of trading to learn, right? Everyone says, get a hobby, do stuff outside of trading. I agree to this to a certain extent. like going to the gym, 2 hours of your day, or an hour and a half, however long it takes to go to the gym. But I don't agree with filling your day with high dopamine tasks, like playing video games, for example. I feel like that can damage you more than it can actually help you. I do understand the concept, why people would say that, but if you're not working towards, back testing or learning your model to its highest capability, or knowing in depth when your model works, when it doesn't, the little variables that you need to work out, that's when you'll start to see the cracks form, and that is when you start to take those steps back. So I think it's very important to understand where you are, know that you're on the right path, and just keep working on one model towards what you are looking to achieve, which however much it might be, 1k, 2k, 3k in payouts by the end of this year. I think it's important as well to not put too much pressure on yourself. Again, the pressure does affect your psychology. So having that pressure of I need to make 1k today. I know for a fact that for myself, I've been close to payouts in the past and I have broken a rule and then it's gone south. Maybe de-risk around your psychological levels. Let's say you're close to payout, de-risking might help. Just understanding your emotional state will help you so much in the long run. I just think it's very important and not many people talk about that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and taken something from this, bro. And if you have, let me know. Instagram DM's always open. See you soon.